Hey everybody, it's Tarina. How are you today? I am going to be doing a little project using the Gather transfer. It is called Gather Vines. This is a super cute one. You could use almost any transfer for the project that I'm doing. That is a horizontal, like saying. Um, uh, but oh gosh, I'm getting a reverb. I hope you guys don't hear that. Sorry. I don't know what is up with my everything. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys can hear me. If you can't, just let me know. If you don't see the little red live, make sure you put hashtag replay in the comments. Sometimes I don't hear what or I don't see what people post, so I promise if I don't see it, I'll respond afterwards. But again, I'm making a wreath type thing. Um, Hold on. Maybe it's my ear things. Let me take them out. Maybe that helps. I don't know. I have no idea, but I do hear myself. It's so strange. Anyway, let's see. Um, you can use any, oh gosh, you guys, seriously. Don't know what is up with this. Maybe that helps. Maybe not. I need to figure this out, you guys. This is so crazy. Anyway, maybe I'll switch. Hold on. Give me a second. Does that help? I don't think so. Because now I hear that. I don't know what the answer is, you guys. I am so sorry. Anyway, so hopefully you guys don't have reverb and you'll be able to follow along the project with me. Again, if you guys don't see the red live, make sure you put hashtag replay in the comments. And if you want to get the kit information, put gather in the comments. And I'll send that information to you. So really fast, again, we're using Gather Vines. You could use any of our transfers. If you don't love this one, I actually do love this. And I'm just going to use the word gather. I grabbed a few pieces of greenery. I don't really know what I want to use yet. It's kind of going towards like a fallish theme. But then I also just like plain green greenery, and this is like eucalyptus leaves. So I grabbed this out of my craft stash. I did grab a piece of canvas that will fit across the entire length of my hoop. So this is just, let's see, this is a 14-inch embroidery hoop. So I just made sure that I had a piece of fabric that reached at least across so that I could wrap it around and glue it. Okay. All right, let's switch around so you guys can see what I'm going to do. You guys can see me. Okay. All right, so let's see. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of this and put it to the side. Get something to protect your table. I use just like a little piece of plastic or parchment paper. My parchment paper is getting low, so I'm just going to use, I saved some of my larger transfer packaging to do this, to do what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be painting. Make sure you just take off. Oh, I'm looking, it's so funny. I'm looking all over for my scissors and they're right in front of me. So you're going to want to take off any tags. I hope you guys are having a good day. Our rains seem to have subsided. A lot of embroidery hoops have, okay, so that has this like blue stuff. It's supposed to protect the silver part or whatever it's made out of. It's not silver, but whatever, the silverish part, the silverish looking part. So what I do, and I should have probably done this before I went live, is unscrew this and then peel this blue stuff up. And if it doesn't peel up easy, you can use your blow dryer or heat tool to kind of warm it up. Oh my gosh. Dislike this part the most because it's tedious. I don't have my tweezers out here. There we go. I mean, it's going to be painted over, but I don't. It's kind of silly to me that they would put this on here and not be able to take it off. Don't they know crafters want to paint it and decorate it? Let me use the heat tool real fast. If you're watching this on replay, just fast forward. Because this is stupid. I don't normally have this much trouble with it. Let me get my detail tool. Try to pick this out. Again, I don't want this plastic stuff to be in here because, you know, I'm going to paint this. I don't think I've ever had this many problems taking this stuff off until, of course, I go live. So if somebody else has a better way of getting this stuff off, let me know. All right, I think I'm just going to leave that little bit left because this is frustrating me. Oh, maybe I got it. You guys, oh my gosh, what a pain in the butt. And it, like, if this little thing came off, that would be helpful, but it doesn't. The little, the part where you screw it in, it doesn't come off. Oh my gosh. Maybe find an embroidery hoop that doesn't have the blue crap on it. Again, if you're watching on replay, just fast forward. This is the worst part. Okay. All right. So I got the majority of it off. It's just going to have to be what it is. Now, let me throw this stuff away. And then I'll put this back on. Seriously, if you know a better way, let me know. And I guess I don't need to screw it all the way because I am gonna paint the hoops real quick. And I do want to separate them to paint them because I want a good coverage on them. I'm going to use just some craft paint to paint this, and I'm going to use a little bit watered down. This is a Delta Creative acrylic, and this color is Spice Brown. Spice Brown is kind of like your generic go-to brown. I'm going to put a little bit of water. You don't have to use distilled water. I just have my water sprayer right here. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint my hoop. And the reason I water it down a little bit is because I want it to not be so, I want it to look more like stain than paint, if that makes sense. And if you want to use stain, you can. I just don't like the smell of stain, and it stains. At least with acrylic paint, it will, it'll wash off. So like it doesn't stain my hands. I guess I could use gloves. But remember, I'm also using plastic on my surface so I don't get it all mucked up. And you do want to paint both sides just to give it a complete look. I guess it helps if I am on the plastic completely. It also helps when your family doesn't take your whites. I happen to have more. I have a whole pantry full of wipes. All right, let's continue. But I'm going to move my plastic or my thing up on the plastic a little bit. And like I said, you can use whatever you want. I know there's like brown wax that looks like stain. It's more like a paint. But again, I feel like stuff like that stains more. And I don't want to stain my hands. I'm even getting like, because I don't mind that it looks like it's rusted. So I'm even doing like the metal part. Okay, switcheroo. Make sure you see, missed a spot. Okay. And then you're going to do the other row. And you can use any color brown, or you could honestly, you could do this in black. If black is more your coloring, you can totally use black. I'm trying to get some projects done. Different holidays. So I don't decorate a lot for Thanksgiving per se, but I do like to decorate for fall. And I guess that lends itself to Thanksgiving, right? Like I don't decorate with a lot of pilgrims or anything like that. Or cornucopia. I think it's just more fall. All right. And again, if you guys are watching, if you're watching on replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. If you'd like to get this project information where I get all of my supplies, just put gather in the comments below and I'll get you that information. Make sure you flip it over and get the back side. Another thing, and here's a little tip: if you get it too dark or too concentrated, you can always take like a wipe and wipe it down, and or a wet cloth even, I guess. I like using wipes because I think it's because there's alcohol in wipes, and I believe that it's the alcohol in the wipes that helps tone down the colors. And see, this is another reason why I like using acrylic paint, because it comes off super fast. But I'll show you, like if you see how it just like took a lot of that off, but it still gave it that stained look. So if you want it just looking more like a stain, take a wipe and just wipe it down. See, like right here, there's a little bit of a concentration. Also, the wood is going to take the paint or stain or whatever you're using a little differently in all areas, because it is wood and it has, there's a grain. So it'll absorb, it's porous. So, oh, see, look at this, you guys. I missed a whole spot. I like just having it look like a light stain. So even if you have like a darker brown paint and you paint with that darker brown and you're not loving that color, or even a black, you can just go over it with a wipe or some water or something and tone the color down. Okay, let's set this down. Do this really fast. I'm going to use my heat tool. You could use a blow dryer or whatever you've got, just to kind of speed up the drying. Another nice thing about using the plastic, I'm just going to show you this real fast. You can actually use a wipe and clean it up. And you can use it again. and it just protects your surface. So that's kind of nice. Where with parchment paper, you really don't, you can't really save it. And so you waste a lot of parchment. So if you have a D-size transfer, see, look at that. Now I can use that again. If you have a D-size transfer, save the packaging, at least out of one of them. All right. So I'm just going to set these aside real quick. Grab my transfer. Now, even though I made my my wreath, the embroidery hoop brown, I'm still going to use black paste. And yes, I'm using fabric and I'm using black velvet paste. I just think it'll just stand out. The other thing that I also pulled was some twine. You could use like brown twine. This is just like baker's twine. You can use jute, whatever you want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this, the seam area. This is actually our canvas. I don't want to cut it because I don't want it to be perfect. And I don't know if you know this, but our canvas actually tears really well. So I want that frayed edge look. So I just cut a little tiny starter piece, and then I just tear straight. So now what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have plenty of room to put my saying. And I probably want, okay, you guys, I'm super technical here. At least a finger's width. So what I'm probably going to do is I don't have a ton of length here. So what I'm going to do is just going to go right. I can always cut it shorter. I can't make it longer. Okay. Look at that. That's awesome. And you get those nice frayed edges. Just take off the extra strings that you don't need. Okay. Now, the one thing is I need to make sure, I'm going to grab my hoop again and make sure that I have plenty. Obviously, I know I have plenty because this is way longer. But I want to make sure that I have plenty to wrap around. And then I'm just using this for placement. So if I use just the greenery, I want to make sure where I'm going to put my gather. Do I want it centered? I have plenty of room that even if I just used it and paste it in the center, I could move this over. So just give yourself plenty of fabric to play with. That's all I kind of wanted to tell you. All right. So let's move our hoop again. Also, somebody was asking me the other day how I store my transfers. And I do store them in these albums that are really awesome. I don't know if I have any. I actually just ordered a couple more because I was going through my Thanksgiving and holiday transfers, and I've outgrown the little books. So I need to get more. So maybe I'll show you guys when I start gathering them. One of the things I used to do is I used to cut all the pieces. These are cut lines. I've been actually trying to keep them keep the backer sheet in one piece and just go with my scissors, like lift up the transfer and cut along the cut lines. If you can. If not, it's okay too, because the books that I use actually have backer sheets that you could just put your transfers right on the backer sheets. that come with the book. Again, if you want any of the information I talk about today, just comment gather and I'll get you that information. Come on. It's not wanting to play nice with me today. There we go. Okay, so because we're doing this on fabric, you do not need to, there's no wrong or right way. It's just which side you like. You don't need to fuzz this because we're doing this on fabric. So I'm just going to put this right in the center, side to side center. Even though I might go off center on the wreath, I still want to go center on my fabric. Make sure you can push it down. I like to hold it up, make sure it's where I want it. It kind of seems a little off. Okay. I guess I need some squeegees. You guys, I cleaned all my squeegees and moved them. Oh my gosh. I thought it was being, oh, there they are. I'm like, I knew I just saw them. I was being so efficient. And I put them away in a little container that I keep. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm a hot mess. Okay. So again, push that down. You could use a board, one of our ink mats, but I don't necessarily think you need that because this is not that big. This is kind of thick, so I'm just going to add a little bit of distilled water. You want it to be about the consistency of yogurt. I use my pastes all the time, and so I expose it to a lot of air. So if it's thicker, you want to just add a little bit of distilled water. And then stir it. Somebody also asked me the other day, how long does paste last? Well, it doesn't last me very long. Why? Because I use it so much. So it's really relevant to what you do and how much you use it. If you craft like me every day, or almost every day, you're going to go through your paste, obviously, a little faster. Okay, like I said, you just want it to spread through your transfer. You don't want it too thin. I'm probably already ready for a new black paste. Looks like it. And then I'm just going to drag that across. I like to go in one direction on fabric because sometimes fabric will pull. And even if it's on an ink mat, I like going in one direction. Any excess, just put it right back in the container. You don't want to go over it too many times, but you don't want a lot of clumpy paste either. Okay. And just make sure you get all of the screened areas. And then when you pull this up, you don't want to go super fast. You want to make sure that you see, look at that. I want to make sure that I've got a good coverage. I'm going to show you another trick with wipes. Just lightly, if it doesn't go through, just lightly go over with a wipe. And it kind of pushes that paste through onto your fabric. Maybe. Or maybe you can just go back over with some paste. Just like that. Finger paint. You can also use ink if you wanted to on this, you guys. It's probably faster. And again, the reason I go slow is because if I don't get a good coverage, I can fix it right away. That's pretty. Okay, that looks really nice. Let me take my trash and move it real fast so I don't put my hand and stuff. What do you guys think? Isn't it pretty? I love it. Now, if you're using ink, you can set it now, and it'll take 30 seconds on. I use about 350 on my my heat press. 30 seconds, but because this is not fabric, but because I'm using paste on fabric, I'm just going to dry it really fast. So the other thing I'm going to do is I want to kind of vintage this up just a teeny tiny bit. And how we're going to do that is we're just going to kind of pounce the edges with a little bit of brown. And I have two brown pastes. I have bark and camel. Got my plastic out again. And my camel's kind of like dry. This is old. This is an old one. But I use it for watercoloring and stuff. If you have like a jar that has like dried paste because you've had it forever, don't necessarily get rid of it. If you do a lot of watercoloring, you can actually put some water in it and utilize it to help you watercolor. All right. Let me get another paintbrush out. I need more of a stronger. Hold on for just a second, guys. Okay. So I went and grabbed my daubers, and just again, these are you could use, if you have ink, you can use ink. But I just kind of want to go around the edges a little bit and just kind of muck it up a little. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is a technique I've used in a lot of crafting, different kinds of crafting too. I use it in scrapbooking, wood crafting. And I like to come down a little bit. I don't know if you noticed that. I like to come down into the fabric just a teeny bit so it's not so perfect. And not everywhere, but just like in certain couple different places. Okay. I do have a black ink pad, and let's see if this will work. You can use the ink pad and just a couple different. I'm not doing like I did the brown, not the whole length. I'm just kind of going and hitting it a little bit, and it really just kind of dingies it up. I like the look that it does, and again, I like that rustic, roughed up kind of look. What do you guys think? And so I think that really lends itself to like going with the brown of the embroidery hoop. And if you're worried about not knowing how to do this technique, just take like a scrap piece of fabric and practice. I feel like I got too much black right there, so I can come back with the brown. That's pretty. I like it. Okay. I'm going to set this aside. I have my hot glue going. I'm going to wipe this up again. See, this plastic comes in really handy, you guys. And I just saved it off of one of my D-size transfers. Pretty. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take that bottom hoop. Sorry, I need a drink of water. I'm going to take that bottom hoop and figure out where I want it. Again, you can bring in whatever you're going to put on it. Oh gosh, you guys, look how pretty that's going to be. I don't know if I want to add, I don't think that the eucalyptus and the fall stuff would look good together. I almost think I just want the fall stuff. And I don't have to necessarily use all of that, but this is going to give me a different look. So like for fall, it's going to have like fall leaves. And then we're going to bring in the twine here. Oh, I think I like that, you guys. I think I like that better, but I think I need to move this over. So I'm going to just move it over just a tiny bit. Yeah, that's going to be really pretty. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty. I think I need some hearts for that. And again, if you guys are here, if you want to get the information on what I used, just make sure you put gather in the comments. And if you feel like sprinkling this out, sharing it with friends who might enjoy watching this, I would be so appreciative of that. So I'm just going to tighten this up at the top. And as I tighten, I'm going to pull. I don't want to pull too much, but I do want to pull the fabric so that it's tight. Okay. And so it's pull and pull and screw in the or tighten. I guess that's what it is. Pull and tighten, pull and tighten. Guys, I'm like sweating here. Whew. They keep turning my our electric company has control over our nest, and it comes in and it'll go, oh, the Matthews are using, even though they're using our electricity. All right, so that looks really good. I love that. Again, I'm just going to check it to see if that's going to work. That's perfect. So what I'm going to do is flip this over, and then I'm just going to, because I want to be able to glue this down. Just going to kind of trim off. Oh, this is a good way of doing it. Turn this over, and where's my pencil? I guess you need a sharp pencil. So I don't cut off too much, and I do kind of want to cut it at a angle. Just go around it like this and this. Let's see if that works. I'm going to just trim it. That'll be perfect. That's why it's really important that you guys have it as tight as you want it or need it before you trim off, because I don't know about you, I have fat fingers. I'm not going to be able to pull that if I need to pull it tight. Okay, where are my finger protectors? And they're in the other room. So I'm going to just grab out. If you have finger protectors to protect yourself from burning your fingers, grab those. I try to clean up, being so efficient. I also use my multi-tool to kind of hold down as well. That's super helpful. All right, I'm just going to run some glue, hot glue. Along the edge. And just be careful. I love my little glue gun because if I miss a spot, it has this really pointed edge, or pointed tip, I mean, sorry. I can get into little nooks and crannies. All right, that's beautiful. Doesn't take long for that glue to dry. And then I don't have a bunch of overage. So look at that. That looks beautiful. Okay. All right, so I'm going to, I need another glue stick in here. All right, so now I need to determine what of these guys I want to use. So let's take off the tags. And determine, I don't want it to be like too over the top. You know what I mean? I want it to be real simple. So I like to on that. And then maybe add in, these kind of screamed fall to me. I don't know why. And they probably aren't. But they looked fall-ish. Kind of just like it like that. Very simple. And maybe, I don't think I need these ones. I think that would be just too much. I don't want too much. Okay. So start there. And just take and put some glue on this guy and lay him down. Just be careful if you don't have your finger protectors. I think I do want to kind of cut this down. Sometimes you'll get like foliage that's like pre-scored. You don't need wire cutters. I haven't been able to find my wire cutters. I'm just going to use my kitchen scissors. And this time I think I'm just going to put some glue down here. Come on. I need longer glue sticks. And if you had other like things that you want, I mean, this, you guys, this is just out of my craft stash. I'm trying to use things out of my craft stash. Like, there we go, that's pretty. Have those leaves just kind of peeking out. And then if you felt like you needed more, you could totally add more. It's up to you. What do you guys think so far? I think I like that. Okay, so I'm going to get my twine. Sorry about that, you guys. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right here. Be careful. Okay, so then I'm going to come up a little higher because I want to cover some of this stuff. I think it's easier if you cut the twine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it. I hope you guys can see that. And then once in a couple twists, I'm going to just add a little bit of glue on the back and run that twine right through the glue. Just holds it in place. Hope you guys can see that okay. Add a little glue. I hope this inspires you to do something. Make a little wreath. Like I said, you guys, I just used the stuff that was in my craft stash. I didn't buy anything for this. I already had I think I have like 5 or I don't know what I was thinking. I have like 5 or 6 embroidery hoops. All varying sizes, actually. And then periodically look at the front and make sure that you've got a good coverage. I need to put this on the charger. This is tedious and time consuming, but I promise you it looks really good. Do you guys see that? And you can go as far as you want. I think I'm just going to use up the twine that I cut. Just be careful, don't burn your fingers. I say that because that's something I have done many, many times. And if you guys make this for yourself, make sure you post it so that I can see it and tag me in it. I would love to see that. I'd love to see your version. Again, if you are not in my craft group, you can always comment VIP and you'll get the information for that. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be super tight right next to each other, but you do want a good coverage. Especially like when I was up here covering like the little bits of greenery, the stems and stuff. I'm just going to finish using what I cut. Okay, I'm going to trim that off. That's not going to make it around. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's so pretty. What do you think? I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. And then you can put the, like a little bit of the twine here. But isn't that beautiful? You guys, look at that pretty. Sometimes I surprise myself. But you could do this again for Christmas or other holidays. I think that this would be really pretty, super easy. And just, you know, I think it's just simple and easy. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Let me switch out of here real fast. There I am. Oh my gosh, you guys, look. Isn't that cute? Oh, my bloater is in the way. Oh my gosh, guys, look how cute that is. Okay, again, if you want to get the kit information, comment gather, even if you just want the supply list, just make sure you put gather in the comments below. If you want to get into my craft group, just comment VIP and we'll get you some information there. You guys, I love, 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 love it. And I appreciate you guys being here. And if you're watching on the replay again, if you don't see the little red live, make sure you put hashtag replay. And if you feel like you got something out of this, make sure you share it because sharing is caring. All right, you guys, I love you. I appreciate you. And thanks for being here. This has been Serena with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.